Hello friends, how are we all? It's great to be back with all of you all again. I received two messages this week. Now, the very first request was that a friend of ours wanted that I should be giving the daily menu charts, the daily diet charts, the daily nutrition charts. So I will be doing a series of videos where I will be going into the nutrition, the diet, and how to make the balanced menu for the day and for the week. That is going to be in the month of December onwards. So that was one, and the second one was another friend has asked about a clarification regarding the topic that we had taken up in the last video, and that was portions. What is portions and what is portion size, and how to define portions and design portions for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and what should be the appropriate quantity of starch and protein and vegetables or fruits in that. How to practically design the dish. You must have noticed our mothers and grannies, they used to be talking, one fist and two fist and three fist and so on, or one palm, two palms and three palms and so on. So the idea was that only, that suppose you are making rice, so you are taking some rice, and if it the measure is, if it is whatever rice comes in one fist is one portion, or one open palm is one portion, then something next that you want to take is, let us say, two fists of the first one, so you take two fists or the two palms. And similarly, nowadays what a lot of people will do is that they will use a standard cup, or they will use a katori, or they'll use a glass, or they'll use a bowl or anything. And that reminds me, when my son was growing up, so we used to also use a small device for portioning, two of them in fact. One of them was this small little bowl where we used to measure in this bowl one bowl or two bowl of milk, and then porridge and fruit, mashed fruit, eggs or something. So we used to be using this. And similarly, I bought this small little ladle we used to measure the portion for my son's feed. So ultimate idea is that you can always use any hollow vessel, maybe a glass, maybe a bowl, maybe a katori, maybe a cup or anything, or even a standard cup. So that's how I also design. 50% for vegetable and fruits, and 25% or 20 or 30% for protein and starch. Now, this is as far as when you're making one dish. For example, the dish that we had made last time, and even in the dish that I'm going to make today, I'm going to use the same principle. Now, coming to the second part, where suppose you have a meal, you have rice, you have dal, or you have flesh as protein, and then you have vegetables. Now, how much do you take of what? So, if you're taking one part of rice, let's say one ladle of rice, then you take one ladle of protein, and you take 2 ladles of vegetable. Simple. Now let's go on to the dish of the day. A lot of people these days like oats, and generally people are dropping oats into milk and adding some fruit or nuts and having them, and it becomes a little monotonous. So I said, okay, let me change the way one can have oats. So I designed this using oats for all of you all. And along with that, there was a little leftover. So leftover from our dinner yesterday, and that was black gram. So I said, okay, let me use that also. And of course, vegetables and fruits I'm going to pair with that. So friends, come, let me give you the recipe of oats combined with crispy, juicy vegetables and black gram. So friends, these are the vegetables that I have taken. Black gram, like I said, kala chana curry is my dinner leftover. And
Vegetables, as I always do, they are all from my farm and from my kitchen garden. And boiled corn. The corn is boiled. It's not American. It is not sweet corn. This is fresh corn that I have boiled in my own kitchen. All the vegetables that you are seeing are all from my farm or from my kitchen garden, as I said, and they are all fresh. And you can uh, take in more vegetables. You can that is up to you. But remember, the vegetables must be hard. The spices I'm going to keep again as little as possible, and sesame seeds, because it is breakfast. So sesame seed, because sesame seed is a mood elevator. It enhances your mood, and mango powder gives you vitamin C, and it increases energy level. Red chili powder again for vitamin C, and rock salt, it is a digestifier, so it aids in the process of digestion. And oats, 1 cup. So let's start with step number 1. Step number 1 is we'll take the black gram or kala chana curry. We'll add green chili and ginger to it, and of course a little later I'm going to be adding lemon juice also. So we are going to heat the curry, because remember it's a dinner leftover. So we'll just heat the black gram and mix a bit, so that the black gram curry and the lemon juice, the ginger, and the flavors of all these crisscross over, and the taste changes a bit, and the curry should look absolutely fresh. And we are not going to add any spice to it, because remember it was curry that we had for dinner, so spices are already in this. Now done, we'll remove and set aside, and let's go for the second step. Now this is the step that you have to watch. I've added mustard oil again, as I said, fresh mustard oil from fresh mustard seed, which I have extracted in my own kitchen. And or you can take medium of your choice, but I have taken mustard oil. Now we'll go with cumin seeds. Now cumin seeds, as when the oil is hot, we'll add cumin seeds, as I have done, and the cumin seeds starts to sputter. Now when they start to sputter, and when slowly they will turn color into brown, so that is the time when the seeds are basically done, and we'll take the second step. I've added the onions. Now remember, as I had said, I'm going to keep the vegetables crispy. So to keep the vegetables crispy, I'm not going to overcook or allow the onions to go brown. As soon as they start to soften a bit, just a bit, and I'm going to add the next vegetable. Till the time, just a light stir, so that they get coated with oil. And I've added the green peas. Now remember, green peas are generally very soft, and when green peas are added, within 5 to 7 minutes they soften. So the idea is that they will tell me exactly when the rest of the vegetables are softening. And the corn, the carrots. Now again, these being fresh, carrots are absolutely fresh from my garden, so they are very juicy and they'll become soft very fast. And same with the peas also, and French beans. Now French beans, you may prefer, you may not prefer. You can leave it out, you can add also. But French beans have a lot of iron, so I have added that also. And ginger, of course, which I have grated. Now stir slightly just to mix and to ensure that the vegetables do not stick to the base of the fry pan, which is hot. Now remember, I want to keep the vegetables crispy. I am not going to overcook the vegetables. I am not going to allow the vegetable to get mushy, as we generally do, because that is the wrong way of cooking. The right way of cooking is this, that your vegetables should be crispy, and they should have a fresh look. They should not have a raw taste, and that is how the vegetables should be cooked. I'll show you in the end also. Now we'll add the mango powder and the rock salt. Mango powder very specifically I have added at this stage, and the salt, so that they are going to stop the vegetables from overcooking. And look at the onions. The onions and the peas will give you the direct hint as to how soft the vegetables are. Now the red chilies, as I had mentioned, that is for vitamin C. And again we'll mix slightly, and do not you have to continuously keep mixing. The reason is that they must not stick. And the tomato. Now again, revising one point, one tip for you all: when you are adding spices which are in powder form, they should be added towards the end of the dish, preferably 10 to 15 minutes before you lift the dish from the fire or from the heat. So this was a tip here. Second tip here, now I'm adding sesame seed. As I said, it is a mood elevator, and sesame seed in breakfast makes your day very, very well. It elevates your mood. You become more happy, you become more cheerful, your day becomes better, your behavior automatically turns. So sesame seeds in your breakfast is a must. So that is why I have added sesame seed here. Lemon juice and mango powder, remember, for vitamin C, they enhance the energy level, and of course they are digestifiers also. They absorb and they help the body to absorb nutrients and minerals from your food. So they're very, very necessary. Look at the tomatoes, look at the onion, absolutely fresh. And now green coriander. Green coriander here is not for garnish. This is going to be a part of my dish because of the iron that it has, because of the qualities that green coriander has. I'm going to cook this green coriander leaves just for few seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, and I'll show you how it is. There, the vegetable is done. Look at the vegetable, absolutely juicy, absolutely crispy. This is not going to give you any raw taste. Even the coriander leaves have been cooked. So this is the stage when we remove from the fire. And for the last step, that is the conversion of oats, 2 cups of water, and a little bit of rock salt, natural salt, which I always use. I never use processed or iodized salt. So there we are. And we'll add, now watch carefully, we'll add the oats very slowly, continuously stirring, mixing so that they don't stick together and they don't form lumps. The salt that I had added was for the same reason, that it will not allow the oats to stick together to form lumps. So there we are. Water has been absorbed. It takes just a couple of minutes, and there we are. So it has been done. Let's remove from the flame, and there we are. You can serve this dish exactly like this also, in 3 pieces. That is in 3 dishes. That is oats and black gram. Or you can plate your dish accordingly. What I have done is, I have the first layer I had taken was black gram or kala chana, and then I had added or made a cylinder of the oats and with the vegetables on top, and I served it. I plated it like this, so I served it like this. You can plate it in any other way, and the finishing of the plating is up to you. You can add more green coriander, you can add onion, you can add any microgreen that you can think of. It's all up to you. That part of the creativity, as I always say, I leave it to you all. And remember, this dish is just about 75 calories per serving, is the ideal breakfast. And imagine the amount of qualities that have been added to it, the ingredients, and what an effect they're going to give you.
So friends, how did you like the recipe? I'm sure you're going to make it. And as I always say, do let me know in the comments as to how you like the recipe. And don't forget to share the recipe with all your known, all your dear, all your friends, and most important, your enemies and your foes. So, till the time, we meet again with another healthy and organic recipe. Is thanks and bye from Chef Raj. Cook healthy, eat healthy, and live healthy.